The silent wound throbs beneath the surface like an underground river forgotten by time. Do you remember the moment when birthdays lost their magic and invisible threshold crossed so quietly you barely noticed the transformation? Your skin carries memories deeper than celebration, the weight of unspoken expectations buried beneath years of emotional neutrality. Each passing year becomes another layer of protective numbness, a delicate mechanism constructed to shield the most fragile parts of your inner landscape. Imagine the child inside you watching silently as another birthday passes without fanfare, without recognition, without the tender acknowledgement of existence. What profound narrative lurks behind this seemingly mundane choice to render your day of emergence unremarkable? The psychology of emotional suppression whispers its complex symphonies through your decision to treat this singular moment of personal genesis as something ordinary, disposable, forgettable. Your unconscious mind crafts intricate defense mechanisms, transforming what could be a moment of profound self-reflection into a landscape of emotional camouflage. The birthday becomes not a celebration but a performance of normality, a carefully choreographed dance of indifference. Each year you construct walls around vulnerability, transforming potential joy into a neutral terrain where nothing can penetrate the carefully maintained facade of emotional neutrality. The roots of this psychological mechanism often trace back to childhood wounds and visible scars that transform celebration into something threatening. Perhaps birthdays were once sites of disappointment, rejection, or unmet emotional needs. The mind learns quickly to protect itself, creating elaborate strategies of emotional preservation. What appears as calm detachment is often a sophisticated survival mechanism, a silent guardian protecting the most tender parts of your inner world. And if these words awaken something inside you right now, allow yourself to respond with a small gesture of presence, maybe a like or a brief reflection. And if you feel that this journey speaks to something deep within you, subscribe so we can continue exploring these inner landscapes together. Trauma lives not just in dramatic moments but in the quiet spaces between expectations and reality. The decision to treat your birthday as ordinary becomes a profound statement, a language of its own spoken through emotional restraint. Your unconscious transforms this day into a neutral territory where no expectations can wound, no hopes can be crushed, no vulnerabilities exposed. Each birthday becomes an act of emotional self-protection, a ritual of emotional invisibility. Imagine the internal architecture of your psyche as a vast mansion where certain rooms remain permanently locked. The birthday room stands silent, untouched, gathering emotional dust. The guardians of your inner world stand vigilant, preventing any potential breach of emotional vulnerability. What stories remain trapped behind those closed doors? What unspoken narratives of childhood longing, pain, rejection continue to breathe silently within those unexplored chambers? The body remembers even when the mind chooses to forget. Subtle physiological responses emerge around your birthday, subtle shifts in energy, unexpressed tensions that ripple through your nervous system. These are the whispers of unprocessed emotional landscapes, memories that have not found their way into conscious narrative. Your birthday becomes a threshold, a liminal space where unresolved emotional currents flow beneath the surface of apparent calm. Your psychological landscape becomes a terrain of exquisite complexity where emotional neutrality is not absence but a profound form of protection. Each year you choose to render your birthday unremarkable is an act of profound self-preservation, a delicate mechanism designed to maintain emotional equilibrium. The unconscious mind weaves intricate narratives of safety, constructing elaborate emotional architectures that shield you from potential pain. The landscape of emotional suppression unfolds like a complex topography, revealing deeper terrains of psychological survival. Your birthday becomes more than a date, it transforms into a symbolic battleground where unconscious mechanisms wage their silent wars. The memories that birth such profound emotional neutrality are not mere events but living entities breathing within the corridors of your inner world, transforming pain into protective silence. Imagine childhood as a series of rooms, some illuminated, some perpetually shrouded in darkness. The birthday room stands particularly mysterious, a space where expectations and reality collided, leaving behind intricate emotional wounds. Perhaps there were moments of anticipation quickly transmuted into disappointment, silent observations of celebrations happening for others but never quite reaching you. These experiences become the architects of your current emotional landscape, designing strategies of self-protection so sophisticated they appear as complete indifference. The unconscious mind operates like an intricate theatrical production where every gesture, every choice is a carefully choreographed performance. Your decision to treat birthdays as ordinary becomes a script written in the language of emotional survival. Each year passes without external celebration, but the internal drama remains intense, profound, deeply meaningful. The guardians of your psychological realm stand watch, preventing any potential breach of vulnerability, transforming what could be a moment of joy into a territory of absolute emotional neutrality. If you feel these insights stirring something within you, share your voice and support this space with a like. These reflections help others find their way through the same shadows. And if you wish to keep walking with us through these deeper layers of the mind, join us by subscribing. Trauma does not always announce itself with dramatic gestures. Sometimes it whispers through the most mundane choices, the seemingly insignificant decisions that carry profound psychological weight. Your birthday becomes a canvas where unspoken narratives of childhood longing, pain, and resilience are painted in subtle emotional tones. The mechanism of rendering this day ordinary is not weakness but an extraordinary act of psychological self-preservation, a delicate dance of protection crafted with remarkable precision. Consider the body as a living archive storing memories beyond conscious recall. Around your birthday, subtle energetic shifts occur, invisible tremors that ripple through your nervous system. These are the echoes of unprocessed emotional landscapes, memories seeking expression yet finding no external outlet. The birthday transforms from a potential celebration into a threshold where unconscious currents flow silently, powerfully beneath the surface of apparent calm. The internal architecture of your psyche resembles a vast mansion with rooms carefully locked and guarded. Some chambers remain untouched, gathering emotional dust, holding stories of unmet needs, unexpressed desires, childhood longings that have been transformed into strategies of survival. Your emotional neutrality becomes not an absence but a profound presence, a sophisticated mechanism designed to maintain psychological equilibrium. Childhood wounds often create the most intricate defense mechanisms. What appears as indifference is frequently a masterpiece of emotional engineering, a delicate balance between protection and survival. Your birthday becomes a symbolic representation of these internal negotiations, a day where the unconscious mind demonstrates its extraordinary capacity to transform potential pain into a landscape of absolute neutrality. The psychological terrain is never truly flat. Beneath the apparently smooth surface of emotional restraint, complex topographies exist intricate emotional landscapes shaped by experiences that have been silenced, transformed, internalized. Each birthday passes not as a moment of celebration but as a testament to your remarkable capacity for emotional resilience, a silent ritual of survival. Memories do not simply disappear, they metamorphose. The birthday that once held potential for disappointment becomes a neutral territory, a space where no expectations can wound, no hopes can be crushed. Your unconscious mind crafts this emotional landscape with the precision of a master architect, designing a fortress of psychological protection. Darkness unfolds like a living membrane, revealing the most profound landscapes of psychological pain. Here in the deepest chambers of your unconscious, the true narrative emerges, stripped of protective mechanisms, naked and trembling. The birthday that has been rendered ordinary becomes a portal into the most intricate wounds, the most silent sufferings, the most profound expressions of human vulnerability. Imagine pain as a living entity, breathing, moving, transforming, inhabiting the most hidden corridors of your inner world. The wounds of childhood are not static memories but dynamic organisms pulsing with unresolved energies, waiting to be witnessed, to be understood, to be liberated. Your emotional neutrality is not absence but a complex language of survival, a sophisticated dialogue between protection and profound inner suffering. The body remembers what the mind chooses to forget. Each suppressed birthday becomes a symbolic wound, a silent scream echoing through the corridors of your psychological landscape. The guardians of your inner realm stand not as barriers but as witnesses to a profound narrative of resilience, transformation, survival. Your seemingly ordinary choice carries within it the most extraordinary story of human endurance, of psychological adaptation, of survival. Trauma lives in the spaces between memories, in the silent territories where words fail, where experiences transcend linguistic expression. Your birthday becomes a metaphorical battlefield where unconscious forces wage their most intimate wars. The mechanisms of emotional suppression reveal themselves not as weakness but as extraordinary acts of psychological engineering, intricate defense systems designed to protect the most fragile aspects of your inner world. The unconscious mind operates like a complex theatrical production where every gesture, every choice carries profound symbolic meaning. Your decision to render birthdays ordinary transforms into a ritualistic performance, a delicate choreography of emotional survival. The invisible child within you watches silently, observing the elaborate mechanisms of protection, understanding the profound necessity of this emotional strategy. Memories do not simply disappear, they metamorphose, they transform, they find alternative pathways of expression. The birthday that once held potential for profound disappointment becomes a territory of complex emotional negotiations. Each passing year carries within it layers of unspoken narratives, of childhood longing, of unexpressed desires, of silent resilience. Imagine your psychological landscape as a vast internal ecosystem where every emotion, every memory, every unprocessed experience exists as a living organism. The birthday room stands not as an empty space but as a chamber filled with intricate emotional energies, complex narratives of survival, of adaptation, of profound human resilience. The walls of this internal room are not constructed of stone but of lived experiences, of unspoken stories, of extraordinary psychological mechanisms. The guardians of your inner world stand not to prevent feeling but to understand, to witness, to honor the complex journey of survival. Your emotional neutrality becomes a profound language, a sophisticated dialogue between protection and vulnerability, between pain and resilience, between the visible and the invisible territories of human experience. Pain transforms when witnessed, when understood, when honored. The birthday that has been rendered ordinary carries within it the most extraordinary narrative of human survival. Each moment of emotional restraint becomes a testament to the remarkable capacity of the human psyche to adapt, to transform, to survive in the most challenging emotional landscapes. The unconscious does not forget, it merely changes its language. Your birthday becomes a symbolic threshold where the most profound psychological negotiations occur, where the invisible child within you continues its remarkable journey of survival, of understanding, of profound emotional resilience. In the final landscape of understanding, something profound emerges, a transformative revelation that illuminates the entire journey of emotional survival. The birthday no longer exists as a mere date but as a sacred territory of personal metamorphosis, a profound testimony to the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit. What once appeared as emotional neutrality reveals itself as the most intricate form of psychological healing, a delicate dance of self-preservation transformed into self-liberation. The wounds of childhood do not vanish, they evolve, they transmute, they find their way toward healing through the most unexpected pathways. Your decision to treat birthdays as ordinary becomes retrospectively a brilliant mechanism of survival, a sophisticated language of protection that carried within it the seeds of profound transformation. The invisible child inside you was not silenced but was carefully preserving the most delicate aspects of your inner world, waiting for the precise moment of understanding. Imagine healing not as a violent eruption but as a gentle awakening, a soft light gradually illuminating the hidden chambers of your psychological landscape. The birthday room that once stood locked and silent now begins to breathe, to expand, to reveal its hidden narratives. Each suppressed memory, each unacknowledged pain becomes not a source of suffering but a testimony to your extraordinary capacity for survival, for adaptation, for profound psychological resilience. The unconscious mind operates as a masterful storyteller, rewriting narratives, transforming pain into wisdom, turning emotional survival into a path of deep understanding. Your journey reveals itself not as a story of limitation but as a remarkable exploration of human adaptability. The mechanisms that once protected you now become the very bridges toward deeper self-comprehension, toward emotional freedom. If you feel that this story helped you see your own inner landscape more clearly, offer a like and share your thoughts. And if you want this space to remain part of your journey ahead, subscribe. Together we continue the path of understanding, healing, and awakening. Every defense mechanism carries within it a profound wisdom, a sophisticated intelligence designed to protect the most vulnerable parts of your being. Your emotional neutrality was never about disconnection but about creating a safe internal landscape where healing could occur slowly, carefully, profoundly. The birthday becomes a symbol of this remarkable journey, a testament to the human capacity for psychological transformation. The body remembers, the soul understands, and the unconscious continues its intricate work of integration. What appeared as emotional distance reveals itself as the most delicate form of self-love, a protective embrace that allowed your inner world to heal, to grow, to understand itself with extraordinary patience and compassion. Each suppressed birthday becomes a silent prayer, a profound act of psychological self-preservation. Healing is not about erasing but about understanding, about witnessing, about honoring the extraordinary journey of survival. Your psychological landscape transforms from a battlefield into a sacred territory of profound understanding. The guardians of your inner world, who once stood as protectors, now become witnesses to your remarkable transformation, revealing the extraordinary resilience that has always lived within you. The most profound revolutions occur not with dramatic gestures but with gentle understanding, with compassionate witnessing, with the recognition of your own extraordinary capacity for survival. Your birthday journey becomes a universal narrative, a testimony to the human spirit's remarkable ability to transform pain into wisdom, to turn emotional survival into a path of profound spiritual awakening. In this final landscape, everything converges, everything makes sense. The birthday that once represented potential disappointment now becomes a celebration of your extraordinary psychological journey, a testament to the profound wisdom of your unconscious mind, a celebration of survival, transformation, and deep human resilience. If something in these words stirred a truth inside you, don't ignore it. Follow the channel and continue this inner journey with me. You were never meant to walk it alone.